Hey guys, it's to be coming back to you with another Minecraft episode. This is episode 3 of our Beginner's Guide to Minecraft series, and shortly before this video is being released, as most of you have probably seen, 1.16 has finally been released. So we are super excited about that. There's a lot of things that have been changed in the game, but thankfully the basics have stayed roughly the same. So in the last episode, what we talked about was how to get this little starter base built. I'm going to have a link down in the description if you want to see the step-by-step process of how I did that. But for today, we are going to be talking about the basics of farming and mining. These are two very important parts of the game. They'll get you the resources you need to eventually be able to kill the Ender Dragon. So with all that being said, let's get to it. When it comes to farming, the only things you really need are a hoe and a seed. Once you get those two things, then you'll be able to start a farm, hopefully, if the cows don't get in the way. My gosh, get out of the way. Yeah, run off. Alright, so all you gotta do is come over to a grass block or a dirt block, and you right click on it, and then you've created yourself some farmland. Then you take the seed and you plant it in the ground. Simple as that. It's basic as it gets when it comes to Minecraft. But there are a couple things you need to know about farming. For one, wheat seeds are not the only types of seeds in the game. You have beetroot seeds, pumpkin seeds, and melon seeds. Those can all be planted in the ground. Also, there are carrots and potatoes. There are no carrot seeds and there are no potato seeds. You just plant the carrots and potatoes in the ground, they grow, and you get more of them. Simple as that. But, like you probably know, plants really honestly like water. And if you can plant close to water, the crops will grow a whole lot faster, your plants will be a whole lot happier, and things will just do a lot better. So the nice thing about water blocks is they will hydrate up to 4 blocks in every direction that they're making contact with the ground. Oh, is that 5? Yeah, that's 5. Oh my goodness, I can count. Thankfully, it's not that early in the morning. And as you can see, the farmland starts to get a little darker. When you have dark farmland, that means the soil is good and the wheat will grow faster, the beets will grow faster, whatever you plant will grow faster. So all you do is plant yourself that. Eventually they'll grow up and you'll gather wheat plus some seeds and you can start expanding your garden. One thing to note while you are farming, if you start a melon or pumpkin farm, you need to leave a block of dirt or grass next to whatever you planted, so then that melon or pumpkin can be set down. If you've ever seen a melon vine or a pumpkin vine in the real life, you can see how they grow. It's very representative in this game. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of farming. Once you get some crops growing, you just harvest them. You can take the wheat you get and turn it into bread. The recipe to make bread is super simple. All you gotta do is open up your crafting table, either come here in your recipe book and click on the bread, or as it says, just drag the 3 wheat across like this. You don't have to do it in the middle. It works if you do it on the top or the bottom, as long as they're horizontal. Now, one thing you can do with wheat, once you get some, is start breeding animals. So if we come over here, we will find some sheep and cows. So let's breed some sheep today. So wheat works for both sheep and cows. They will follow you if you have it in your hand, as you can see here. And all you gotta do to breed animals is right click on the 2 animals you want to breed, and then a little baby sheep will come out, or a baby cow, or a baby pig. The thing with pigs is they are breedable with beetroots, carrots, and potatoes. So keep that in mind while you're trying to start your animal farm. So now that we've covered the basics of farming, now we need to get to mining, which is a little bit more, I'd say, involved. You need a little bit more to prepare for it, and it's inherently a lot more dangerous than farming is. Farming, you get to see a ways away from you, see if mobs are coming at you. see if the sun's going down, go to sleep, and things don't frequently attack you. But regardless of the inherent danger of mining, we still need to do it. So a couple things that you should always bring in preparation to mine is a torch, which you can make with a piece of coal and stick, or you can make charcoal by putting wood in a furnace and making charcoal that way, then making a torch with that. I prefer the charcoal, or not the charcoal method, the coal method, but if all you have is the wood, then make yourself some charcoal. Now, whenever I start mining, there's a couple ways you can get down to the level you need to. You can dig a 2x1 hole straight down where you're standing on the edge in between, and this will guarantee that you do not fall into the hole that you're digging, and you can see what's below you before you drop into it, because there have been many times where I've just gone one block straight down, fallen into either lava or a pit of mobs, and died very quickly and lost all my stuff. Another thing, I would recommend having some sort of storage. You can either bring a chest or a barrel with you. If you have wood, the recipe for a chest and a barrel will be in your recipe book. That was the word I was looking for. My goodness, it's early this morning. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Alright, back to it. So once you have yourself some torches and you have yourself some food, or not food, storage, I would try to get some food. Alright, once we have ourselves some food, now we need to figure out how to get to diamond level, which I said in the first episode incorrectly was between Y5 and Y18. I went back and did some research, and it turns out it's between Y0 and Y15. So at least I had the 5 right in there. But the preferred method for me getting down to diamond level is if you open up the chunk border menu by hitting F3 and G at the same time, you come to the corner of a chunk and start digging yourself a 2x4 staircase all the way down. What this will let you do is leave some room for when you put staircases up. You're not going to be banging your head on the ceiling nearly as frequently, and it just goes for a smoother ride up and down. And once I get to the end of a chunk border, I just turn and stay inside that chunk and just keep on going all the way down till I get to Y11. And this is why we also need to gear up, make sure we have plenty of food and resources, because there's no telling what kind of mobs can be in here. But I will just take this and block that up because I am not prepared for dealing with mobs right now. Now, as you are digging down to diamond level, you will run into many resources. You will run into coal, you'll run into iron, you should be able to run into some gold, lapis, redstone, and hopefully diamonds. Though diamonds are by far the most rare resource out of the game. So if you happen to find one of those really quick, that is really good, but you're mostly going to find iron and the other stuff. But iron is going to be really good for us, especially early on, because we will be able to use that to make a bucket so we can collect water and then start putting our farms wherever we want them to be. Also, you can make better tools out of iron. And the most important thing is that diamonds will not drop a block unless you're using either either an iron pickaxe, a diamond pickaxe, or a netherite pickaxe. So keep that in mind. If you are still using a stone pickaxe when you find diamond, leave it there, go make yourself an iron pickaxe, and then come back and get it. But we will continue on downward. If you're ever curious as to what level you are currently on, if you hit F3, you can see that we are currently at Y40, which is still a little ways above. I'm going to keep on going, and I will be back with you guys shortly. Alright, now that we've been digging for, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so, went through 3 pickaxes, we are now at diamond level. So the reason why I'm stopping at Y11 is for a couple of reasons. The first reason is lava lakes generate at Y10 and below, which, as you can probably figure out, lava lakes are very dangerous. So if we start digging all the way down as far as we can go, which is actually Y5 because of how bedrock generates, we can potentially run into lava, have it start flowing towards us, get stuck, and potentially die, and it's just not a good situation. Also, more diamonds tend to spawn at Y11 by percentage than at any other level. So by being here, we're giving ourselves the best chance of finding diamond, as well as keeping ourselves safe and keeping all of our stuff safe. So with that being said, there are a couple different methods that we can use to start mining. The most popular method, I believe, is called strip mining, where you dig a 2 high by 2 wide tunnel off in a single direction, and then you start digging branches off of that. So we would come one little branch right here, skip 2 blocks, and then have another little branch right there. So what this will allow us to do is see a very large number of blocks and cover a very large area with as little digging as possible. Now, if you're wanting to do a multiple layer mine, which I tend to do, I don't quite like this method as well because you end up missing a handful of blocks that you might not be able to otherwise see. So my preferred method is called chunk mining. And the reason why I call it chunk mining is you clear out one chunk at a time, which is this 16 by 16 area that you can see by hitting F3 and then G, which is this nice little grid pattern. Because the reason why I do this is when Minecraft is generating the chunks, iron or diamond ore has a chance to spawn between 0 and 8 diamond ore per chunk. So my thought is, if it's in every chunk, then clear out every single chunk before you move on to the next, and you're almost guaranteed to find diamond in a relatively short period of time. Now I say almost guaranteed. I've cleared out a handful of chunks and it was below a lava lake, just never went, or the diamond was below a lava lake and I never went to dig it out. So these are the basics. Just remember to keep a lot of torches with you, keep a lot of food with you, and collect everything you find. Like this stuff right here is called redstone. I'm not sure you need an iron axe. Yeah, so for this you need an iron pickaxe to be able to collect that. So keep that in mind. As soon as you find diamond, run back up to the surface, as soon as you find iron, run back up to the surface, make yourself a couple iron pickaxes, jump back down here, and you can start collecting a lot more of this ore. And it also digs a whole lot faster, which is very, very nice. So let's get back up to the surface and I will show you guys how to create a furnace and pretty much how you can use it. It's a super useful tool, it's basically necessary in this game, especially if you want to start using iron tools or any other type of, not any other type of tools. If you want iron tools, you need the furnace. Enough with my ramblings. I'll see you guys at the surface. Alright, so now that we're up here at the surface, it turns out we were mining all the way through the night, which is totally okay. We were 100% safe down there. Just if you do mine through the night and you're coming back up, just be a little bit cautious. Maybe throw a couple torches down around your mine shaft just so mobs won't spawn right next to you and kill you as soon as you get out. But since we're up here, I'm going to show you guys how to make this little furnace right here. It's super easy. I believe once you get stone, it's in your crafting recipe book, but all you gotta do is pick yourself up some cobblestone and put it in a circle or ring fashion like this, as much as Minecraft can form a ring. And there you go, you have yourself a furnace. So the way you use these things is you right click on it just like you would open up anything else, and you can start cooking things essentially. So if you want to cook some meat, you put meat there, you put some sort of fuel in there, which could be a log, coal. You can make charcoal out of logs and cook with that, but since we have so much coal, I'm gonna go ahead and use that. We can cook ourselves a piece here, And that's pretty much it. If it can be cooked, you can put it in here and it will cook it. It takes a little bit of time. The fuel level will eventually start decreasing, as you can see up here. And it's just all around much better. So enough with that one. Let's actually make ourselves some iron, and I'm going to time lapse it right here real quick, or maybe just skip. I don't know how to time lapse yet, still learning. And I'll show you guys what we can start doing with this iron. Well, instead of doing that time lapse, like I said, I just realized this video is starting to get very long for a basic tutorial. So I'm going to leave it off here. In the next episode, we are going to be showing you how to get some better tools with the iron, show you what you can use the shears for, and all sorts of other stuff. Also, in the next episode, I'm going to be showing you how to get to the Nether, which means we are going to need some better gear, maybe a little bit of enchanting. I haven't quite decided yet. If I don't do any enchanting in the next episode, I will definitely do it in a future video. So stay tuned for all of that, and as always, I'm You Gots to Be, and I gots to go.